In part one of the video, we looked at the gearbox. We realized that this small gear had been stripped off, okay, by the motor. So we're getting ready to put it back together. We've cleaned this gearbox out. I don't put a lot of grease on that first gear. It's not really necessary. That's kind of what helps make them strip, I think. Okay, you just put some on there, and I've greased them up here kind of before we started. But that's the idea. And there's a lot of times there'll be enough grease in the gearbox to get it greased again once you get it cleaned up. So then you put this thing back together. Try to get those tabs in there if you can. They help hold it. Really what holds it are these 4 screws that I'm going to put in here real quick. And yeah, it's always best to check your gearbox first. I mean, it's making this terrible noise. You know something's broken, but just to go buy an expensive gearbox doesn't make sense when for very little money we're going to put this small gear in here, and we're going to get them fixed up just as good as new. So that's that. I'm going to get this grease out of the way. Put our motor screws in like that. If you have time and have it, it's a good idea to put some little bit of blue Loctite on that. It'll help hold that motor from coming loose. Now there's 2 holes right here. We put the motor back in our gearbox. Kind of wiggle it because it's got to intersect with that first gear. Get it all lined up. And hopefully I make contact here. I'm going to turn that the right way. Okay, I've got this preset, so I won't over tighten them. It goes in there like that. You can always check them with a regular screwdriver too, and make sure they're tight enough. Now, you put this gearbox back in the hole, and you'll have an assistant there or something help line it up for you, and they're going to push that axle back through this hole. Okay, keep pushing. There we go. Now, I can hold it now. Now come over here, and what you have next is your coupler. It goes right on your gearbox, like that. It's going to push on there once it lines up. Now you're going to put your wheel back on, but I'm going to tell you, before you can really finalize this, you're going to have to take that other axle. Actually, you got to take that other hubcap off. Not the push nut, but this little thing. And that way you're going to be able to hold that axle when you try to put your push nut back on. Now, they say these are one-time use, but if you want to try to salvage it, you can put it down on the concrete and flatten it back out pretty good. Then you come back over here, and I use a socket, get it all lined up. I use a socket to pound it on there with, and then this, you can just put this back on the final end with silicone. But in this case, you're going to put this cap on there, so you really don't need that decorative black cap. But you can get these parts at kidcarsandparts.com, and thank you for watching.